Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Monday. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know what happened. I just got so tired. I was just like sitting at the computer posting my videos, and Alex is sitting, he was sitting in the chair next to me. Well, you know, the chair that I used to film in. And he was sitting over there, and he was eating pizza rolls. He was watching Watch What Happens Live. And I like looked over at him, and he's kind of like looked over at me, and he goes, "You look really tired." I go, "I just got so tired. I do not know what happened. My eyes are really tired. I don't know why my eyes are tired today, but I just got so tired today. I have been up for a long time doing stuff, so maybe that's that. But I feel like I got pretty good sleep last night. I don't know. I'm just exhausted right now. I was absolutely exhausted. So, I don't know. Maybe in the course of vlogging, I'll come out of it. But right now, I'm thinking this is probably not going to be a long vlog. And when I started filming early today, feels like hours ago, when I started filming, it actually was pretty warm outside. It was pretty nice. And I just came out here and I brought my camera and stuff. And then I went inside to get my espresso tonic that I made for my Peter Does Stuff channel. I was saving it for my vlog, so I just went inside to get it out of the refrigerator, and I put the camera out here, and I've been inside like working on stuff for like the last hour, and I was like, it got kind of chilly out here since I've been. Hey, how are you?
Hey, I listened to a couple episodes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Thank.
We know some of the same people.
What?
We know some of the same people.
Oh, we do.
Your husband.
Yeah.
Alex, his younger brother Monn.
Okay.
Was my fraternity brother at college.
Oh, you're a Sigma Chi?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw him in your photos, and I was like, that's Juan's brother. I was like, I know that's Juan's brother.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Him forever. They just had a kid. They lived
Yeah.
for the longest time.
Oh my gosh.
We were close in college.
What's your first name? Don't say your last, because I'm filming right now. What's your first name? Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll ask it. It's good seeing you guys. Well, thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so crazy. Could you guys hear that? So this was the guy that walked by, and he was like, said something like, say something about me in the vlog or whatever. And so he like, I guess he watched some of my videos and like looked me up and saw, so my brother-in-law Fufu, Alex's younger brother, well, they're both his younger brothers, but his youngest brother Fufu is Juan Carlos. And so he was his fraternity brother at Ball State. They were both Sigma Chi's at Ball State. So, oh my God, that's gonna, I'll have to, well, I'll text Fufu after I get done with this vlog. But anyway, that's so crazy. It's funny because somebody that Fufu works with, like he and his wife, like watch you know who you are, because they watch my vlog every single night, and they watch like every video that I do. And so Fufu's always like, so-and-so watches your video. I can see them comment on my video. They'll probably comment on this one now that I said it, but they'll say stuff every once in a while. They'll comment on my videos, but it's kind of crazy because I've never met them. So Fufu just told me that. But anyway, small world, isn't it? Such a small world. But they must have just had a baby too, because they were pushing a stroller as they were walking. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I didn't even take a sip of this coffee. I've been waiting to have this coffee, but look, this straw somebody sent me years ago. Is this not so pretty? I love this. It's a glass straw. I keep it in this little case and everything. Everybody is driving by and being, oh, this tastes so good. I think I got it right today. It's so funny that when I filmed it, I got it like the most correct that I've gotten it since I tried to make these espresso tonics. So good today. Yeah, I don't know. I got good sleep last night. I'm just really, really exhausted. I don't know if it's, you know, I didn't really, other than my vlog, film a lot on Saturday and Sunday. Before I even started filming today, I had to make a bunch of appointments. And so I was like, you know, like when you make doctor's appointments and stuff like that, it's like you're spending a lot of time on the phone, on hold, and so I was like, I had to make all these appointments for the next couple months. So I was doing all that today, and then I had to call 2 people back, sober stuff that I had to call them about, and so those were kind of like long phone calls. So once I wanted to get all that done before I started filming. Because sometimes when you make doctor's appointments, you know, they'll like be like, can we call you back, like, you know, whatever, and like with this appointment time and whatever. I'm like, yeah. And then the 2 sobriety calls, I also knew that like they might have to call me back. But interestingly enough, they didn't. So anyway, I just made all those phone calls first, and then I started filming my videos. So I didn't know what drama video I was going to do today, and to be honest with you, I didn't really feel like doing like a dedicated video to like specific drama today. So I had put up this, it was kind of a Q&A, but not really, on Instagram, like, I don't know, it was like a week ago, a couple days ago, about, see, it's warm enough for me not to have shoes on, and I just took them off, but I need a jacket on because it's kind of windy outside. Anyway, oh, there's my mom and my aunt's friend. Hey, how are you? Look at you waving. What's going on?
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you too. She's so sweet. See, that's so weird. I've had those thoughts lately about my mom, and I was like, when I saw it, like, when I looked back, I was like, I need to tell my mom I saw her. Like, it's so weird. My mom's been gone 17 years next month. So strange. But anyway, so, what was I gonna say? I was talking about sleep. I feel like I should just start this whole thing over, not start it over, but like, just start over what I was talking about. Did we do a time and temperature check? Let's do that first, get me kind of oriented. Okay, it's currently 6:31 p.m. I'm interested to see what the temperature is outside. The temperature is, oh, it's 64 degrees. I think it got up to be like 70 today or something. Oh, it doesn't show back what it was before. I mean, it was a lot warmer than it is now. It's windy. Anyway, so I wanted to get those calls and stuff done before I filmed my videos. So I got that stuff done, then I filmed the drama video. So I just did this Q&A based off the Instagram. It was like all these things that people suggested that I talk about, so I just made a video about that. I actually had a lot of fun doing that. And then when I got done with that, I wanted to do my reaction to White Lotus while I still kind of remembered stuff. It was interesting, as I was putting it together, I was like, oh my god, I forgot to talk about, if you've watched it, Belinda at the end of it. I wanted to share about that, like how her storyline ended, and so there's some things I left out of it. But anyway, I did that reaction to it. And then I was going to film a Peterson's video. I think the books are still upstairs. I brought the books upstairs. And then I did, what did I do next? Drama video, the TV video. So I filmed 4 videos, and then the vlog is the 5th one. I did, oh, then Alex, he texted me. He had called while I was filming the video, and then he texted me, and he said that he had stopped at the grocery store because he was going to get a bunch of stuff to make food tonight. And he was asking me if I needed anything, and I didn't need anything. So I called him back, and he was at the grocery store, and I was like, no, I don't need anything. He's like, okay, I'm on my way home. So I did the espresso coffee video out here really quick, because he said I had like 20 minutes left, so I did that video really quick. And then I went inside, and I was getting all those videos up. And then I waited for him to come home, and then when he got home, I brought the food out here to do this like Cheesecake Factory review, like my favorite things from Cheesecake Factory. So I did that review, and then I was inside and I was like uploading and posting those videos. I scheduled them so they don't all go up at the same time, because now it's in my head, because people are like, you always post all your videos at the same time. So I kind of like scheduled it like 15-20 minutes apart. But anyway, so yeah, that's been my day. It feels like it's been a really, really long day. I'll be honest with you, I am just ready to like I'm gonna take a nap, but I'll probably take it early tonight. When I say that, now watch, tomorrow it'll be like, I took a nap at 11 o'clock. I kind of just want to relax and read tonight, and just watch. I started a new show last night. I'm like halfway through the 4th book in Life as We Knew It. I think I want to finish that before, oh, this most beautiful bird just landed on the tree. I have all these bird feeders. They keep on like coming like a little bit at a time. From all, like, I ordered some from Etsy, some from this bird shop, and they keep on coming. And I now have like, Alex is like, this is a lot of bird stuff. I have this big plastic bin of like the bird feed in the garage and squirrel feed. And then in the kitchen, I have the bird baths. Not all of the bird baths are here yet, because I think 2 of them I ordered from Etsy. I think it's gonna take a while, but the other ones, I'm kind of surprised how quickly all of it came. But anyway, so I've got the little bird baths, the little pollinate, I think maybe the pollinators, and then I have 3 birdhouses. I have 2 more coming from Etsy, because I'm gonna put some out back too. But I have like 2 for here, and then I think I'm gonna get the hanging racks for right here. Anyway, Do you hear the birds? So many birds out today. Yeah. I love hearing the birds. But I'm just excited just to relax tonight and stuff. Alex came home and he said to me, he was like, he said, did today feel really long to you? I said, it did feel really long. I have no idea why. I mean, I had a great day today. I felt great today. I had a good day. But I said, I don't know why today felt so long. He's like, yeah, today felt really, really long. So tonight I'm just going to relax. We are caught up completely on all of our shows. Last night we watched RuPaul's Drag Race. They didn't have Untucked because it was like an hour-and-a-half version because it was... They had all of the queens that have been kicked off. So this Friday coming up is the finale with the 4 final queens. So this last Friday was this like lip sync extravaganza. It's like this lip sync competition that they had with like all of the queens that had already been kicked off. It was really good, actually. I was kind of surprised by who won. I mean, she did fantastic, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody that hasn't seen it. She did fantastic, but I was kind of blown away. I was like, if you had done that, like, on the show, like, I mean, she had a chance at winning anyway. So anyway, we watched that, and then Alex was like, do you want to watch Atlanta? He was like, he said, I'm getting tired, let's just watch one Atlanta. And then he goes, you can take a nap and I'm going to go to bed. And I said, he goes, because I want to go to bed early. And I said, okay. I don't even know what time it was at that point. It was like close to 10 or something like that. So I didn't realize that Atlanta was on last night. So we actually had 4 episodes, including last night's episode of Atlanta, to get caught up on, okay? So I was like, this is going to take us a week to get caught up on Atlanta. So, if you don't know the big storyline of Atlanta this year, first of all, it's a whole new cast. Well, not a whole new cast, but it like started with like Kenya Moore. She's been on there forever. And Portia Williams is back, but she hadn't been on there for several seasons. Shamia, who was a friend of, and then Britt Eady, she's brand new, and Kelly is brand new, and then Angela Oakley, who is married to Charles Oakley, the basketball star, she's new. They're all 3 of them are new. Phaedra Parks comes on because of what happened 2 weeks ago. So, like, Marlo's not on there, Sheree's not on there, Nene Leakes hasn't been on there in years. So anyway, the big storyline this year on Atlanta is that Kenya Moore got kicked off. And the reason why Kenya Moore got kicked off is because she showed, like, revenge porn at her salon opening. But you didn't really, like, you heard things about it online that she put together these pictures or posters of this Britt Eady. But you didn't really, like, I mean, nobody had seen it go down in real time because they had filmed it, but you didn't really know, like, really, like, how the women reacted to it or really, like, how bad really was it. So we started watching it last night, and it was like we would get done with an episode, and we'd both look at each other like, well, we've got to watch the next episode. So we got completely caught up. We're like, we even watched last night's episode. I don't even really know what to say about it, and I know people say I should save the TV stuff for my Peter Watches TV channel. And I may make a video about that over here. 1,000 Pound Sisters premieres tomorrow night. So, is it tomorrow night? What's today? Yeah, it premieres tomorrow night. So, Wednesday will be my 1,000 Pound Sisters video probably. And then tomorrow I might do Atlanta. I don't know. Maybe an Atlanta and Beverly Hills video together about the reunion. Because we'll probably watch. Well, maybe we'll watch the reunion tonight for Beverly Hills. Because I think the 3rd part's on tonight. So the story that happens is, it's interesting because, so Nikki's never watched Atlanta. It's like the one that she has never watched. And so I told her, I said, if you're going to, because she went back and started watching it from season 1. And I said, you could watch this season because the women that are on there, like Portia, they explain her whole storyline. Like, you don't ever have had to have seen Portia on there before to know her storyline. Shamia has been a friend of Candy's and Portia's. She's really a better friend than... They act like she's really good friends with Portia, but she's really a better friend than Candy. But Candy's not on there this season. And so, Shamia is, like, new. Like, she got her peach. She's, like, new for the season. So, I say, if you're going to watch it, like, this would be a good season to watch. It's almost kind of like New York when they recast it a little bit. And so she started watching it, and she was kind of watching it when we were watching it last night. So, anyway, we didn't really know how it was going to all go down. What happens is that this is my take on it, okay, if you're watching it, and then I'll just make this quick, because I know this is boring to people that don't watch it. So this Brit is, like, the newer girl. She's younger. I didn't realize, I think Kenya Moore's older than me. I didn't realize. She's, like a year older than me. I didn't realize that. So Kenya Moore, I mean, she's always been spicy on the show, but she's smart about it. Like, she'll come up to a line, but she won't cross it. She would never put her job or whatever on jeopardy. She's also raising a daughter by herself. She's also a former Miss USA, which I think is really, really important in the context of this. They bring it up. Actually, Britt's mom brings it up and said she's a former Miss USA, being a role model to these women. So, her and Britt have kind of gotten into it the whole season. Like, the first episode, Kenya's shady. She just is. And she sees Britt's ring. She has a gorgeous engagement ring, but she doesn't wear a wedding band. And so she said, well, where's your other ring? And she said something like, oh, like, you don't have that. She makes a joke about her wedding ring. Well, that sets Britt off. And then all of a sudden, Britt and Kenya have this, like, thing between them. It goes on through several episodes. Then they have this thing where Angela Oakley has this dinner at this, it's called The Bank in Atlanta. I don't know what, it's like the Bank Vault. It's really cool, actually. And they do this question thing. Well, anytime on The Housewives, they always play these question games. And you just know it's going to be a disaster. It was a disaster in Salt Lake City this last season. They do it, like, on every, like, girls trip that they do, like, for The Housewives. You just know it's going to be a disaster. So it's like these anonymous questions, and anybody can ask questions. Well, Kenya gets asked a question. Kenya gets asked, like, 3 questions. And she gets asked, you find out later that it was Angela's question. But she gets asked a question, something about, can you say something kind and nice to Britt? And Kenya is actually, if you've watched previous seasons, she's nicer to her. She called Marlo all kinds of escorts and would bring up her arrest record all the time. Which is just, it's so despicable, you know, like, when you've changed your life and somebody wants to bring up that stuff and throw it in your, it's like, you really show what a nasty, evil person you are if you're doing that stuff, right? But Kenya would do it to Marlo all the time. Marlo just kind of like water off a duck's back. She was like, okay, fine, that's part of who I was. It's not who I am today. And so, oh, there's a little bunny rabbit across the yard. Oh, hey, just ran over here. Hi, honey. Hi. Oh my God, the bunnies in the yard this year. There's a lot more. Oh, there he goes. He or she. There's a lot more bunnies this year than we've had any other year. Boo Radley, it was so funny because, like, Boo Radley would go out and, like, they would be like 5 feet away and he wouldn't even see them, and then as soon as he would see them, he'd just go after them. It was so funny. He never catch them though, you know, but it was so cute. The squirrels the same way. The squirrels would run up the trees and Boo Radley, he'd just look up the tree like, what just happened? I don't understand. Oh, little Boo Radley. Anyway, so Kenya says, I can say something nice to anybody. Like, I can be kind and compassionate to anybody. I always am, is what she says. If this were any other season, like, if that question had been asked about Marlo, Kenya would have gone off on Marlo. She doesn't say anything nasty about Britt, okay? Well, Britt starts going off. No, it's specifically about me. This is my and Kenya's like, oh, you want your moment? She's like, I am the moment. Well, then Kenya starts getting a little shady, like, defending herself, right? Well, then it, like, goes out to the parking lot. Kenya is not paying her no mind. Kenya is getting in Portia's car. She's going away. And Britt is going off. Like, she's going off like crazy. Now, the fans of the show, like the fans of Kenya, are kind of pissed because Kenya got kicked off the show, but Britt didn't get kicked off the show. When they're standing in the parking lot, Britt makes a comment about a pistol. She's like, I still, like, am packing a pistol and all this kind of stuff. Basically indirectly threatening Kenya. I do think it's interesting that there was no repercussions for Britt for saying that. I mean, on any of these housewife shows, if there's any kind of violence or whatever, they're, like, kicked off with quickness. Any kind of reality show is typically like that. So it kind of surprises me that she didn't get in trouble at all. But then what happens is, okay, Britt tries to make it right. So Kenya invited all the women to her salon opening. She has this huge salon that she's opening. She's put in her $400,000 into it. She's really worried about it. So anyway, she put in her daughter's college into it and all this kind of stuff. So she invites all the women to this show, to this opening. So Britt comes with Kelly. Kelly, who I didn't really like at first, but I love Kelly now. Kelly and Britt come together. Well, Britt brings this huge bouquet of these, like, beautiful flowers. She said they're like $250 and a card. And she really, like, wants to make a heartfelt apology to Kenya. Kenya ain't having it. So they show up. Britt leaves because she tries to give these flowers in this card to Kenya, and Kenya's like, give those flowers to the homeless people because I don't want those flowers. And she's like, and you can throw that card in the trash. So Britt's left by the time this. So then Kenya breaks out these posters. And the posters are, I mean, Google it online. It's sex acts. It's horrible. It's horrible. I mean, I am like, did you lose your mind? I mean, it's like, it is so... You gotta be a special kind of evil to take people's, like, worst moments of their life and throw it up in their face. Like, to me, like, I don't know, like, not with any kind of context or whatever. And her context is, she's come for me, so I'm gonna come for her. I just think, like, and every woman there, Drew Sidora is the only one that stays till the end, which kind of surprises me. But, like, Kelly leaves immediately. Before I think the posters even start coming out, she's like, I'm not gonna let somebody talk about my friend that way. Portia leaves. Portia gets pissed. She's like, take the cameras off me. Take my mic off me. I don't want... You can just say I wasn't even at that thing. The women... What's interesting about it is, you can tell all the... Like, Shamia says you went too far. And Kenya's like, don't tell me I went too far. She's like, she's talking about a gun. And so, then Shamia leaves. Portia leaves. Portia and Shamia leave at the same time. Angela Oakley leaves at the same time. And so, then the next episode... You think they're going to talk about it and really get into it, and they really don't. Like, they show Britt really upset, like she should be, at the beginning of the episode, but they don't really get into it real deep. I was kind of surprised. I don't know if by that filming, they didn't know that Kenya had been kicked off yet, if they hadn't made that decision. But at the end of that episode, the previous episode, they said Kenya Moore was like, she won't be filmed on the episode anymore. Which I guess is when Phaedra comes on. So Phaedra should be coming on the next episode or two. I don't know. But anyway, we got caught up with Atlanta. By that point, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. It was like 12:45, almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was wanting to take a nap. That might be why I'm a little tired today, because I didn't take a nap last night. But I took a nap. Oh, this is what I did yesterday. I forgot about this. So, I got done vlogging yesterday. Went inside. I heard the fan on. I was like, oh, he's asleep. So, I totally forgot about all this. I got done vlogging early yesterday, didn't I? Because I vlogged right after I got back from, we got back from brunch yesterday. So, I go inside, I can hear the fan on. Well, the fan, if he got out of bed to turn on the fan, that meant he was laying down. Because the fan's on my side of the room. So I was like, okay, he's asleep. So, I rendered the video, and while I was rendering, I called Tanya, talked to Tanya, we caught up. And then, I was like, I started uploading the video on the computer, and I was like, I'm going to lay down a little bit, too. I don't know what time that was. But, man, it must have been... I think it was like 6:30 to 9:30 I slept. I don't even know what time I finished last night. But anyway, the vlog. But it was like 2.5, 3 hours I slept. And Alex slept the whole time too. Because when I got up, I said, are you going to sleep through the night? He goes, let's get up and watch Atlanta. That's when we started Atlanta. It must have been about 10 o'clock when we started Atlanta. So anyway, but he was tired last night too. He went upstairs and went right to bed. Well, I was like, it's too late now to take nap number 2 for the day, obviously. So I was like, I'm just going to stay up. Well... Nikki been talking about book 4. She finished it. Book 4 of Life as We Knew It series. She didn't like it at all. She just was like, I mean, she almost DNF'd it, which means do not finish. She had such a hard time with it. Somebody commented on my vlog and said they really didn't like the 4th book either. Nikki said it should have ended with the 3rd one. I felt the same way. But I was like, I'm going to finish it because I already love this series. I'm going to start it. So, the only way I know how to explain it is... The first 3 books feel like everybody's kind of fighting for their life in this post-apocalyptic world that just happened with the moon situation. The 4th book feels like Handmaid's Tale on a young adult level. And that's really the only way I can... I mean, it is so misogynistic. It is so putting down women, putting down lower class. I mean, it is really hard to read. And I have to be honest with you, I don't know what her intention was. I'm not there at the end of the book yet. So maybe there's like... But Nikki didn't really act like there was some cathartic kind of like ending to the book. And the person that commented on it said they didn't like the 4th one either. So I don't know who you were, but I'll look up the comments in a second. But so at that point, I wasn't really that far in the book. And so I was like, I gotta read some of this book. So I literally sat there for like 2 hours I read from like 1 to 3. And I'm now at like, I think the book is 288 pages, and I'm like on 115 or 120 or something like that. So tonight I'm going to read even more of it. I've got to finish the book. Last night I wanted to finish my audiobook too, and I didn't really listen to any of it at all. I think I listened to like 5 minutes of it while I was sitting out here waiting for the, after I talked to Tanya, waiting for the video to get done rendering. So I didn't really listen to much of it at all. So I got to finish that book tonight. I feel like I downloaded something else. What was the book that somebody told me? I bought the book. Somebody recommended. I know it was on my Peter Likes Book channel. They recommended a book to me and I bought it last night. But I guess I haven't bought any new audiobooks. So then, okay, I was like, what am I going to watch? Oh, Nikki watched. I don't want to let this go to waste. Nikki watched that show on Netflix. It's like a reality show. It's called $1 Million something. Let me pull it up here really quick. This Geostorm movie keeps on coming up for me. I'm like, should I watch it? What's it called? $1 Million. The Gardener is number 3. Black Mirror. I don't watch Black Mirror. I've never watched Black Mirror. Should I watch Black Mirror? I think Alex watched the first 2 seasons of it. The Residence. Everybody tells me they can't get into The Residence. Oh, here it is. $1 Million Secret is what it's called. And it is it only 6 episodes? Why did I feel like it was more episodes than that? But Nikki really liked, oh, it's 8 episodes. Nikki really, really liked it. Really liked it. She said it's kind of like kind of not as well done Traders is kind of what she said. So I was like, okay, well, I'll start that. But then I was sitting there. I didn't even light any candles last night. I was sitting there and I was like, I want a cup of coffee. And so I went in the kitchen and I made a cup of decaf. And I love that is it Tim Hortons? The Tim Hortons decaf. I love it. So I made a cup of decaf and I was like, what? I started going through my shows and I was like, what am I going to watch? Like, I want to watch a thriller. Like, I was getting ready to watch that $1 Million thing. I was like, I want to watch a thriller. Like, I want to watch something and really get into it. So, oh, I know what it was. Okay, so I was on Goodreads and I was looking at my audiobooks because I ordered this book last night. And I saw on here that I bought the book. It was President Obama, like one of his books of the year. Long Bright River, okay? So Long Bright River is, I saw it on somebody's list, and I bought it a while ago. And so I saw it on my audio thing last night. One of Barack Obama's favorite books of the year, named a Best Book of 2020 by NPR, Parade, Real Simple, and BuzzFeed, an instant New York Times bestseller, Good Morning America book club pick. So I think that's why I bought it originally. I think that Jordy from Jordy's Book Club put it on one of his lists. So I was looking at it, and I was like, isn't that the show that everybody keeps on telling me to watch on Peacock? What is it called? Bright River or whatever. What did I just say it was? Bright River. Now I just like went out of it. Where's Long Bright River? I was like, isn't that the show with, is it Amanda Seyfried or whoever on Peacock? Hold on, let's look it up. I don't know who's in this. The main girl. Why can't I think of her name? Long Bright River. Long Bright River cast. Amanda Seyfried, yeah. I was like, isn't that the one that everybody keeps on telling me to watch? I didn't know anything about this show, except for that it was about a woman cop on the streets of some major city. I think it's Baltimore. And she's like, prostitutes go missing or something like that. That's all I knew about it. I didn't know anything about it. I think I'd watched a trailer a while ago. So I was like, okay. Now, I know this is going to sound corny. But when I'm drinking like a cup of coffee, I want to watch a detective show because detectives drink coffee. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, I want to watch a detective show, a thriller, like a crime show. So it's like, I'm going to start watching this Long Bright River and I'm going to watch 10 minutes of it. Oh my God, the most beautiful cardinal is down there at my tree eating the food. Well, hi, honey. I got to show you guys. I know when I say this, people will be like, that's your mom coming to visit you, Peter. Oh, it just flew away. There it is. Do you see it? Oh, it just flew away. Dang it. If it comes back. You might have seen it. It was in the distance. Oh, and there's another bird. They're all coming down there to eat now. I just know when I hang my, what do you call it? My bird feeders, they're going to be, all these birds are going to be there every day. I got like, oh, there's another bird coming. And there's, oh my God, they're all coming over there to eat. Is it dinner time, guys? I got like one wood bird feeder, and then I got one of those, you know, those things where you like just pour it all down. They're all like squirrel. I looked it up to see which, like, I wanted one that was pretty. That's the wood one. Oh, you know which one? I just remember which one hadn't come yet from Etsy. Because it's the one that, it looks like a real house and has like a front porch and all that kind of stuff on it. Because I wanted my birds to have like a front porch. Like I have a front porch, you know what I mean? So anyway, I would love to just hang every one of these bird feeders up in that tree, but I think my neighbors would go crazy. Actually, my neighbors probably would. Oh, these two, oh, what are you guys doing? Why are you attacking each other? No, 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 no. Here, I gotta show you this. I don't even know when it stopped because I gotta tell you what happened. So these two birds, this is like the second day in a row, they like attack each other. Are they mating? I don't even know what they're doing. I was talking about birdhouses when this happened. So what I was saying, I don't know how much of this got caught at the end of the vlog because when I looked to turn it around, the camera had stopped. So I don't know how much it caught it. But I got all these bird feeders. Okay, the bird feeder that I'm waiting for is what I was saying, was the one that looks like a house, okay? And, anyway, it's got like a little front porch and like, it looks like painted on like, you know, flower boxes and stuff. I can't wait for that one. But then I got this wood one and then I got one that hang, anyway, I'd love to hang all of them on my tree. I was going to say, I think my neighbors would hate it, but I don't think my neighbors would care. Hell, they don't care. She's got all kinds of stuff in her yard across the street. No, my neighbors probably wouldn't really care. But then what happened was these two birds came and this one bird flew down and like, it looked like it attacked the other bird. But I think there might be like, she's looking at me, she or he, looking at me right now. I think they might be mating or something. I don't know what they're doing, but it's these two birds in the yard, and they keep on flying into each other and stuff. Is that where they're mating? I don't know, but I turned it around, so here, I'm going to turn around and see if the other bird comes back. You can see, I'm going to show you right here, okay? You guys hear that wind? Look, do you see that bird right there? I got you on candid camera, honey. So this bird, it's another bird that looks just like this bird. And the bird came down and like, they like, then it looked like it attacked it for food or something. But then they like flew together for a little while. I don't really know what's going on. She's just sitting there. Where's your friend? Huh? She said, I think I want a worm. Where's your friend? This is what I do out here, is just sit and look at these birds. Where'd your friend go? Okay. Well, I was waiting for some excitement, but I guess you guys are done. So I don't know if they're like mating or whatever, but I will tell you now, my hostas are coming up over here and down there and over here and over here. You can see these four are going to be okay over here, but this one is still not coming up. It's just weeds. I'm like, what is going on? Why are the hostas not coming up over there? I don't know. Somebody said after Easter, so hopefully after Easter. So anyway, I was drinking my coffee last night and I was like, I'm gonna watch like 10 minutes of this long bright river. I think at that point, by the time I finally figured out a show to watch, it was like 3:30. And each episode's like 50 minutes, 52 minutes of Long Bright River. So you know how this is. People recommend these shows to me, and then I don't watch them, and I don't watch, like Station 11. I don't watch them, and then I'm totally hooked, right? Well, I wasn't convinced. I can just tell you that. So I started watching Long Bright River, and took me maybe about 3 minutes to get hooked on it. It is so good. It is so good. It is so good. It is so good. I'm loving it, okay? So I watched the first 2 episodes, and then I had to find out what happened at the end of the second episode. Each episode ends on a cliffhanger. So if you've watched the show, the second episode ends like a really scary situation. So I had to find out what happened. So I started the 3rd episode, and then I got like halfway through the 3rd episode, and then I was like, okay, you need to go to bed, and you can save this for tomorrow night. So I'm real excited, because tonight I'm going to watch Long Bright River. It is really, really good. So what it's about is, well, if you go back and you read the synopsis like I did, after I started watching it, they'd like try to make it like this big secret, but you can figure it out right away. Anyway, it's about, Amanda Seyfried is, I think it takes place in Baltimore. Let me look and see. I think it's, I'm almost positive it's Long Bright River. Mickey Fitzpatrick, that's played Amanda Seyfried, is a police officer who patrols a Philadelphia neighborhood hard hit by the opioid crisis. When a series of murders begins in her district, she realizes that her personal history might be related to the case. With an empathetic vision of those struggling with addiction and their families, Mickey's journey illustrates the collective power of an undeserved community, and through several unexpected twists, subverts expectations around whom society perceives as heroes and villains. Okay, I would tell you, this is for people that loved Mare of Easttown. It reminds me of Mare of Easttown a little bit. Because there's like several stories going on. She's like divorced or not with her son's father anymore. And there's like a backstory to that, but you don't know that. Then she has this old partner that was a police officer that like something happened on the job and she feels responsible for, but she hasn't talked to him. That he comes into it pretty soon and into the show, and he's a really nice guy. And so there's like that storyline, and then there's like, so then she's like, she knows every woman that works on the street, like every one of these addicts and these like sex workers. She knows everyone. She'll be like, well, that, and she learned it from her partner before because she's got a new partner, and she's like, well, that's Judy and that's Nancy and that's Paige and that's Polly and all this kind of stuff. And she knows all their stories. Well, there's a reason why she, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but there's a reason why she knows all their stories. There's like a historical reason for it, or like the family history reason for it. And then she like also has a really close relationship with this guy that she calls G-Pop. It's like her it's her grandfather, so it would be her son's great-grandfather. Just her grandfather who raised her. But then the background story, well, that's all the background. The main story to it is that women are going missing on the streets of Baltimore in this area that is like heavily drug crazed, and all with like opioid addicts and things like that. And so the women start going missing and their bodies start turning up, and they think they're overdoses, and she's like, this is all in episode 1, so if you watch episode 1, this won't ruin it for you. I mean, it's literally like the first 10 minutes of episode 1. She doesn't believe that they're overdoses, she believes they're murderers, and so there's murders happening. There are murders happening, there's a murderer out there, and so it's very scary. Like when you're watching it, it's always late at night, and she's out there looking for people on the street, and whatever. Her and her son are kind of like in this very like risky situation, and so she's always protecting her son, and it's really, really a good show. I'm so into it. So for all of you out there that recommended it to me, somebody just sent it to me last night. Maybe that's why I started looking into it I know it's the book thing, but people send it to me all the time and are like, you gotta watch this, you gotta watch this. It is so good. You know what, I haven't even looked today at my new Peter Watches TV, my TV channel, or my Instagram. Let me go over here and see on my Instagram, because I put up yesterday on so if you follow my stories, is it not coming up? I put on my stories like, oh, I guess it's already out. No, because I put it on there last night that I was watching it. Here it is. Oh, there, it just went out. Hold on. I finally started this tonight, and it's so good, can't stop watching. Now, I can just tell you right now, I bet you anything, I got a bunch of messages about this. Okay. Yep, I got a bunch of DMs about this. So somebody said, I don't want to say names because I don't want me to say their names. Somebody said, I hardly ever wear these glasses for videos anymore. I love when you like shows I recommend. Makes me feel good because I take my TV watching very seriously. As a sober person who used to visit this town to get high, it really hit home for me. I thought it was such a great watch. Also, I just finished the Karen Reed documentary. I think she's innocent. Seems really weird to me. Can't wait for Emily Baker's coverage of the trial. I need to reach out to Emily Baker about it. Emily's like one of my very dear friends. I gotta text her about it because there's some questions I have. And somebody's telling me to watch Severance. Okay. Somebody's asking me about White Lotus. So good, somebody said. Loved this, somebody else said. Can't believe you haven't watched this yet, somebody said. Somebody said, really? You're just like my friend. She lived Long Bright River too. I, on the other hand, didn't enjoy it at all. Here's a non-spoiler review. The pacing was painfully slow with the story dragging. I didn't think it did. Well, because here's the thing for me, and I understand what she's saying. With the story dragging through repetitive scenes and unnecessary subplots, while the series attempted to address important social issues, it did so in a heavy-handed way that came across more like a lecture than a naturally integrated part of the narrative. I believe the story could have been much more effective with tighter editing, stronger character development. I think the character development is, I feel like I'm having a conversation with Tanya. Tanya and I, like, these are kind of conversations we have. So just because I, like, you know, we have difference of opinions about that, please don't take that personally. Tanya and I are very, she said my friend disagrees with everything I said, and she put like a smiling emoji. Yeah, I think the character development is fantastic. Okay, but for me, if the character development is there, I can watch anything. And the character development for me, I thought was really well done. Between the family members, between the police officers, I think the mystery is good. If it just went in and was just about the murders of the women, you wouldn't be invested if you didn't know the backstories and the subplots. I think that, but also, I don't know. I love it. I think it's really, really good. I'm loving it. So, watch that last night. I'm going to watch that tonight. Really excited about that. And then, tomorrow, Tanya and I are not going to go to the meeting tomorrow night unless something changes. She called me earlier today. I haven't had a chance to call her back, so she might have changed her mind. But today was Tanya's last day of, like, spring break for the kennel. So, like, all the dogs were going home today and stuff like that. And so tomorrow she was like, I just want to rest and relax because she's been working for, like, 12 days straight. So, and tomorrow we have couples counseling at 5 o'clock, which means I have to get an Uber at 4:15. So my filming will probably be a little slow tomorrow. But if Tanya and I don't go to a meeting, then I'll probably film my vlog when we get home. So at least I won't have to have that all done before we go to therapy tomorrow night. So we have therapy, couples counseling tomorrow night. So I'll film a little bit before and then film the vlog afterwards. Unless Tanya and I go to a meeting, then I'll hang out with Tanya afterwards. But when I talked to her yesterday, she's like, I just want to relax tomorrow. Because we talked about doing something later in the week tomorrow. So tomorrow, just filming videos and stuff like that. And yeah, and then Wednesday I have No Cousin Monday with Caroline. Because with Caroline, because she has, like, got a bunch of stuff she's got doing this week. I think I said that already. Previous, like, on Wednesday, I probably said that. So we're doing next week, but next week we're not doing Wednesday. Oh my god, is that a cardinal again? But next week we're not doing Wednesday, we're doing, I think, Thursday. She's Tuesday or Thursday. She's gonna get back to me, but I think maybe we said, no, she hasn't texted me yet. Tentatively Thursday, but she said she might have to change it to Tuesday next week. So we'll see. Yeah. So that is going to be tonight and tomorrow, and I'm excited to get more into the book. There's no way I can finish it tonight. That's like 160 pages. There's no way. I just can't. I mean, if I loved it, I probably could. And I really want to get back into the Edge of Collapse series by Kyla Stone, but I want to, or Kayla Stone, but I want to finish, this book before I like get back into that series, because I also want to start, I think, Rotten Ruin, the Jonathan Mayberry series about the zombies. I have so many series to start. I am so excited about this summer, about, like, going to the pool. And today, like, when it was a lot nicer outside and, like, everybody was out in their yard and stuff, I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited about this summer. I'm gonna get up, film a couple videos. Like I said, remember I did pretty good, though, last year. Film a couple videos in the morning, go to the pool for a couple hours, read, listen to my audiobook, come back, film a vlog or another video, relax with Alex in the evening, you know, have good dinner, take a walk. I am so excited about this summer. It's going to be such a good summer. So, very excited about that. I don't really have a whole lot to share today, so since I don't have tons to share, let's go in and look at some questions. Let's see what people are talking about on the vlog. I'm a vloggerino. Are you a vloggerino? Let's watch the vlog together. Okay, let's see what people are saying. So I said, love you, Peter. Love you, too. Oh, Hassie said, I want to sell my house and move into your subdivision. Can I just tell you what is so funny about that? Tanya says that all the time. Tanya gets along really well with her neighbors, actually. She gets along really well with her neighbors. But she's always like, whenever, like, she'll drop me off, there's always somebody outside. Like, it's usually, like, if she drops me off after the meeting, they're outside. And so, like, they know, they've met Tanya and stuff like that. My neighbor across the street, she actually grew up in the same town that Tanya grew up in. So they know some of the same people. Tanya's like, your neighbors are, like, everybody is so friendly. Like, everybody is so nice and looks out for each other. Like, when we go on vacation, Like, well, I'll be like, oh, so-and-so's doing this, and so-and-so's got my packages, and whatever. And Tiny's like, you guys are like, it's like 1950 in your neighborhood. I mean, everybody is so nice. Caroline loves this neighborhood, which is so crazy as a realtor. She's like, first of all, y'all have mature trees. But she's like most condos and most subdivisions, she's like, every tree in every yard is completely different, which is true. Like, even when you just kind of like look down here, I don't know if you can see, but you can see, like, that tree down there is, like, a rustish red color, and the one over there, that was white, and now it's gone. It's, like, all the trees are completely different. So it's not, like, I don't mind subdivisions that have very similar trees and looks. I mean, the condos in here look very similar. Although, like, some of them have stone. We don't have stone on ours, but we have stone on the inside. The condos look very similar in here, except for the way that they're painted. But the trees, and Caroline's like, the landscaping in here is beautiful. She was like, you are so lucky. They really keep it up. They really keep it nice. I think I said this not too long ago. Like, one of the things I've noticed, like, with the pool and the landscaping is, you know, my mom moved in here in December of '94. So she moved in here when I was in treatment. So I think the first summer that I would have come over here was the summer she got sober, which was '95. It doesn't look a whole lot different in here. I mean, it probably looks nicer, in all honesty, than when my mom first lived in here. The pool definitely looks nicer. They've resealed the pool, and they've done, like, stonework on the pool and stuff like that. But the tennis courts, the pools, the gate, the guardhouse, the gate, everything looks so nice in here. I mean, the yard, that's the one thing. When my mom lived here, you can still see them in the yard. They have, like, it's going in and out of the focus. There's water sprinklers built into the ground. We never controlled it ourselves. Like, my mom would, like, they would just go off at a certain time. I don't know how they were set or who controlled them. I don't remember ever having that conversation with my mom, maybe. But they just would go off at a certain time. They don't do that anymore. Like, they don't. So anyway, and they discourage, like, because of, like, water usage and things like that, they discourage, what do you call it? Like, using water sprinklers in your yard. People do it anyway. I mean, we don't, because I could care less about, like, if our yard is dead or green. I don't really care that much about it. But she does it on her flowers. He does it on his yard across the street. They do it sometimes when, well, they just got, like, a lot of their yard sodded. But other than the yard, like, the yard is real bumpy. Like, that's the only thing I notice. Other than that, like, the neighborhood is gorgeous. It really is. It's really pretty in here. But, like, Caroline's always like, your neighborhood is so beautiful with the lakes, ponds. I mean, they call them lakes, but she's like, with the ponds and stuff, or the lakes, she's like, they're so pretty in here. She'd like to live backing up to the woods. She's like, it really is so gorgeous. Tanya says the same thing. But it's the neighbors, I think. It's the people. It's the people that make it all worth it. Madison said, U.S. Ghost is so good. Okay, or UK Ghost is so good. I'm so glad you said that, Madison, because that was actually one of the shows I was going to watch last night. Where do you watch it? I wanted to look this up. Ghost, UK, CBS, watch on Paramount Plus. Okay. You can watch on Paramount Plus, Roku, Fandango, Prime Video, or Apple TV. So I'm going to watch it on Paramount Plus. Let's see. Can you believe I'm all the way through? What is Watson? Has anybody heard of that show? Ghosts UK. Here it is. Ghosts UK. How many seasons is it? 5 seasons out so far. How many episodes? 6 episodes a season. How many? Oh, man. Oh, these are short seasons. I'm going to buzz right through this. They're a little bit longer an episode, like 30 minutes. People say the storylines are pretty similar. I'm kind of excited to watch it and see what I think, though. I just really miss Ghosts. I don't think it comes out till Thursday. Anyway, I'm going to watch. Maybe I'll watch one episode of that tonight before I watch Long Bright River. Okay, back into the comments. Sally said, I used to love watching Love Connection. It was on at 11 p.m. where I lived. I'd sneak out of bed and go down and watch it when I was little, probably about 9 or 10 years old. Loved Chuck Woolery. Cauliflower said, my kids go to Pennsylvania public schools, but outside of Philly. My kids get a whole week for spring break, which is the week before Easter. Growing up, also Pennsylvania public schools, I only remember getting a few days off around Easter. I remember thinking spring break was only a thing college people had. I've heard other people say that too, but not just for Pennsylvania, other states. I don't know, maybe it's just the township that you're in, you know? Sally said, good Lord, Peter, you and this mysterious battery. Please just mark it or get rid of it. Okay, can I just tell you what I did last night? I actually thought this might be the mysterious battery. So I went inside last night. I took the battery. So this is what I do. I take the memory card out of the battery. I put it in the computer, okay? I take the camera into the kitchen. I take the battery out and I put it in the charger. Whichever battery is charged, I put it in this wood dish, okay? But I had been charging so many batteries yesterday that I had a battery waiting. So I didn't put the new battery into the charger because I was going to mark it, okay? I was going to mark it with a pen to know that that was the bad battery. Because I can still use it for like if I do a Peterisms video or something because it's like still has like 35 minutes of charging on it, right? So I put it on, I have it on my books. I have like the books lined up over there and that's where I keep my camera and the batteries like before they get charged. So I put the batteries next to each other. I render the video, I come back to put the batteries in the charger, and I look at them and I go, I don't know which one is the one I'm supposed to be charging and which one's the one I'm supposed to be marking. I didn't know! I couldn't remember. Anyway, so, Sally, you're right. Sally said, my kids only get Thursday, Friday, Monday, and Tuesday for spring break. I think it's so weird. Like, I grew up, like, in Indianapolis, like private schools, some private school, I mean, it's not public school, it's private school. But, well, how long did my nephews get? So Carlos and Liliana and the kids went to West Palm. One of Carlos's, like, best friends growing up lives in West Palm now. So they went down there for spring break. They had a blast. Anyway, I think they had a week off. Yeah, I think they had a week off. But anyway, I mean, like, there are some private schools around here that get 2 weeks off for spring break. I feel like there are some public schools that do too, with like the year-round calendar and things like that. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I can tell you, I always got a week off for spring. We always got a week off for spring break. I think it's so weird. Oh my God, here's more people talking about it. So somebody said, I'm from Kentucky. We were given a full week of spring and fall break. Our Christmas winter break was the longest that I remember. It was definitely 2 weeks. That's how we were. Yeah, absolutely. Kelly spoke right to Nikki. She said, Nikki. I call Nikki. So when I talk on the phone, I give all my friends nicknames, okay? Like, I'm not, like, I don't call Tanya this usually, but, like, all of our friends call Tanya T. I don't call, even her husband will be like, T, come on, T. I don't call Tanya T. I call Tanya Jean Applestein, okay? So when I call her, I'll be like, every time I call her, I'm like, unless, you know, it's real serious, I'll be like, Tanya Jean Applestein, prettiest girl I've ever seen. But anyway, so I always give my friends nicknames on the phone, like Valerini. Okay, I give everybody in my life, I give nicknames to, right? Except, do I give Alex that? Sometimes I just refer to him as husband. Like we're like prairie people. Be like, husband. But anyway, so I don't know how I started this. So, well, actually, so I do know where it comes from, but I don't know how I started it with Nikki. So, my mom's friend Susie, that I go, like, you know, that it's like my second mom. Okay. So, Susie and her daughter, so Susie's granddaughter Susie lives in Colorado. Her daughter lives her one daughter lives right across the street, the one that's 7 days older than me, that went to Princeton and was much more successful than me. Susie's other daughter lives like 7 houses down from her on the other side. So both of her daughters live on the same street as her, which I love. But anyway, so Susie's daughter, that is my age, her daughter went to IU, okay? So her first year that she went to IU, Susie and her daughter and her granddaughter flew into Indianapolis. Alex and I met and had, I think it was actually at Cheesecake Factory. We met at Cheesecake Factory because they were driving down to Bloomington to get her started in school. This was years ago, okay? This is probably, gosh, I don't know, 6 years ago? Probably something like that. Longer than that, maybe. But anyway, maybe 7 years ago. It was before the lockdown because one of the years she was at college was during the lockdown because Susie and I talked and she was like, yeah, she's going to stay home for the year, blah, 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 whatever, and then she's going to go back. And then she went back and she graduated from IU. So anyway, and then her other, Susie's got, so that daughter, who I'm really close with because we like grew up like like we were first cousins. She has 2 daughters and a son. Her son is still in high school. Her oldest daughter's graduated from college, and her middle child is in college in California. And then Susie's other daughter has a son and daughter, and they're both still in high school. I think both of the boys from both girls are the same age, and they're like freshmen in high school. So anyway, Susie's got the cutest stories about her kids, like the grandkids running over to her house and stuff like that. But anyway, so when they came here for her granddaughter to go to college, Alex and I met up with Susie and her daughter and her granddaughter at Cheesecake Factory on the south side, because they flew in and then they were like driving down to Bloomington that night. So we met up with them. Well, her daughter, that's my age, I had forgotten she did this because she did it when she was in high school too. She calls her Susan. She doesn't call her mom. Like when she gets mad at her, she goes, Susan. She's real funny. Anyway, my mom loved her so much. My mom would be like, why couldn't I have had a daughter like her? I'd be like, Mom! And she'd be like, no, but if I had a daughter, that's what I want my daughter to be like. Or Caroline is what she would say. So anyway, we used to have so much fun in the summers when they would come to visit. Oh my God. So for like the first 2 or 3 years when the girls were younger, like when we were all like, it was right after my dad and my mom got separated, so we were probably like 7 or 8 or whatever, like both of her daughters would come. But then like the end, like it was just her one daughter. That's how she and I got so close, because we were the same graduating class. We were 7 days apart. So anyway, except she went to Princeton. I did not go to Princeton. She was like number 1 in her class. I was not number 1 in my class. But anyway, what was I gonna say? I do remember though, like sitting and talking to her, like, and about all the. She must have come like even after that, because with her mom, because I can remember telling her about my DUI, getting arrested, all that stuff back in the day. We were really, really close. But when her and her mom would come, they would come to Indiana for like 3 weeks in the summer, and they would stay with us for like 8 or 9 days, and then they would go so her mom's from a small town in Indiana, and they would go there and they would stay for the rest of the time. So they would like, our house was like the focal point. So she would rent a car and she would like go visit other people. They'd go down to Bloomington. We always had to go down to Bloomington where the Pi Phi house was, and IU, Indiana University, and all that stuff. So anyway, but at night, so Susie would sleep in my mom's bed with her, and then Susie's daughter would sleep in the guest bedroom. And so her daughter would come and like wake me up. This is like when we were in middle school. And so we would like crawl on the floor, and we would hear like my mom and Susie like sitting up talking. They'd be like watching a movie. Like they'd be in bed watching a movie. And we would like, we'd scare them and stuff like that. And then in the middle of the night, we would do like Pi Phi cookie shines, because that's something they used to do at the Pi Phi house, which is where a Pi Phi cookie shine is where you make like, okay, I mean, it's not that big of a deal today, but when we were kids, it was kind of a cool thing. Where you take like chocolate chip cookie dough and you make like a big, like in a cookie sheet, you make the whole cookie sheet a cookie. So it's one big cookie. And then while you're doing it, you sing Pi Phi songs, which Susie's daughter, I'm such a bad son. Anyway, since Susie's daughter went to Princeton, I think I've shared this before, there was no Pi Phi, what do you call it? Pi Phi chapter at Princeton. Not only did Susie's daughter go to Princeton, I'm gonna have to call her up and be like, girl, you showed me up. Not only did she go to Princeton, but she also started a Pi Phi chapter at Princeton, okay? So anyway, probably because of all the Pi Phi songs. So that's how I know all the Pi Phi songs, because when Susie and her daughter would come, my mom and Susie would sing all the Pi Phi songs, and we would do, you know, Pi Phi cookie shine. So they would say, Pi Phi misses, Pi Phi kisses, sweetest of them all. You can have your alpha. I can't remember, but anyway. Then Pi Phi, Pi Phi, Pi Beta Phi. I'll be a Pi Phi all my life until the day I die. I wouldn't be a Kappa, Digi, or Alpha Chi. Be a Pi Phi, a Pi Phi, a Pi Beta Phi. What's the other one? The one about when they get married? Because my dad was a Fiji. My dad was actually president of the Fiji house at IU. And so my mom would weave in the song. I just remember my dad could care less about all this stuff, but he would tell me the stories too. And the Fiji song was We Are the Fighting. Maybe my mom told me that. Maybe it wasn't my dad. We are the fighting Fiji men. Anyway, that was the song. But it's so funny that I didn't go into it. I mean, today, I don't think it's anything for people that are gay to be in fraternities and sororities, but when I was in college, it was, do you know what's really weird? Is that, like, Alex's dream was that he wanted to go to Butler University, Butler Bulldogs here in Indianapolis. Beautiful campus. And he wanted to be in a fraternity. And what's so weird is, because he loved the Greek system and stuff like that, what's so weird is that he never got to meet my mom. My mom got her master's degree at Butler University. And she, like, my mom would sit here, I mean, she would talk to him for hours. Oh my God, about what is it called, Longolarian or whatever, when you would like sing outside a girl's room for the and all the girls would go, oh. I mean, like those movies back in the day, my mom would tell all those stories. Like she was like, that was truly how it was. So anyway, yeah. Pie, pie kisses, pie, pie misses, sweetest of them all. I can remember we would go shopping for school clothes. I think they usually came in August because one year, Susie's daughter, I think we were like, well, one year they must have come early because that was a year. So her high school started 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. My high school started 10th, 11th, 12th. My junior high was 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. So she'd already been in high school a year. And I can remember we were going to Beaver Island that summer. So it would have been before my 10th grade year. And we were going to Beaver Island with my mom's other sorority sister and her daughter, who is like 2 years younger than me. So we were driving up to Charlevoix, and from Charlevoix you take the ferry over to Beaver Island, which is where my mom's friend Diane lived for like the last 30 years of her life. The camera stopped. And then my mom's friend Diane passed away like 3 years before my mom did of cancer. But Diane lived on Beaver Island like her whole life. I mean, bartended at Jack's and things like that. I mean, she knew that island so well. So that year, we went up to, I feel like we went up to Beaver Island, I came back, and then I started school. I was real into Bob Dylan. I can remember Bob Dylan and Bob Marley. I can remember listening to Tambourine Man, Hey Mr. Tambourine Man, like the whole way over on, I wish I could find a picture of it. I know my mom took a picture of my hair. Because my hair was a little bit longer then. And I was like, I have the Walkman things on, and I can remember like that whole trip, I just listened to like, Bob Dylan and Bob Marley, the Jammin'. That's when I got into all. My mom got into reggae music and then she introduced me to it. But anyway, I can remember because, well, that trip was when my mom's friend, I've told this story before, it must have been like at a gas station or something. We stopped on the way there at some hotel, and I can remember we went swimming in the pool that night and stuff, because it's like a 9-hour drive to Charlevoix. Caroline's friend lives in Charlevoix now, and she just drives it straight through, but it's a long drive. And then you have to take the ferry over from Charlevoix to Beaver Island, because there's no other way to get to Beaver Island except for the ferry. I mean, maybe today, but I don't think there is. But anyway, but we must have stopped at like some gas station or something, because her daughter and I bought this audio book on tape called Is Elvis Alive? I think I found it in the basement. Didn't I find it like a year or two ago when I was cleaning up the basement? Anyway, it's called, I think I looked it up online and I found it. Yeah, I did. It's called Is Elvis Alive? And so she and I, like, I had one, like, you know, you could, like, the Walkman would have two things in it. So we would listen to it while they were driving. God, my mom. I remember my mom's friend drove this Bronco, this 2-door Bronco, and it was so hot, because, like, Midwest in the summers back then got up to be, like, over 100 degrees, and it was so hot, and so the air conditioning in. This was before I was, like, a regular smoker. I mean, I probably started that year, after that, 10th grade year. So, but I can remember my mom's friend smoked Benson, because I loved the pack. I used to smoke them. Benson had just ultralight 100s. They came in that gold pack. Do you remember that? And my mom smoked Kent's. And they smoked, I swear to God, chain smoked that entire trip. This is so weird that we like that. Anyway, they chain smoked that entire trip. My mom's friend, she was like chain smoker. I can remember my mom told me before my mom got sick, it was like a year before that, she had talked to her and she's like, she quit smoking cold turkey. I was like, what? She smoked like 3 or 4 packs a day. This friend of my mom's. My mom was never that heavy of a smoker. But her friend chain smoked. And I can remember we were just like in this, like the windows up, air conditioning on. Do you guys remember those days with the pull-out ashtray? And it just would stink so bad in the car. Do you remember that? Oh my God. So anyway, but we got this book on tape called Is Elvis Alive? And I can remember she and I, she's like well, I mean, she's 2 years younger than me, so she's like 51 now. And she is an attorney in Chicago. Oh my God, I gotta tell her this story, she'll die. And there we were, and you know, like, I was at the time like 15 and she was 13, and we were gonna solve that. We thought Elvis, we were gonna find him at a truck stop on the way to Beaver Island, Michigan. No, we did! We were taking notes and the whole thing. Like, we truly believed that Elvis was still alive based on this one tape that we bought. God, it's so funny. I actually, do you guys remember the last time I talked about it? I looked it up. It's black and red. Hold on a second. Is Elvis Alive tape. I know I have. maybe I didn't find it in the basement. Maybe I just looked it up. Alive cassette. Why don't I put my reading glasses on for stuff like that? Here it is. Right here. Here it is. This is it. Right here is Elvis Alive. One tape. And I think there's a book that... There's a book that comes with it. The Elvis tape. It says, oh my God, we were going to solve the whole... I think it was like an interview with Elvis. He was like, hey, baby. But anyway, I remember before we went on that trip, because like Susie and her daughter were visiting, and then they left, and then we were leaving for Michigan like the next day. And I was so scared to start high school. I was like terrified of high school. I mean, I was like, that's like one thing that I don't really like remember that much. I mean, I only remember right now I'm telling the story about Susie and her daughter coming and all that kind of stuff, but like it's not something that I remember that well. But I was really scared to start high school. I mean, junior high was bad enough. And then I thought high school is like 2 junior highs, twice as many people, they're going to pick on me. I just thought it's going to be horrible. And I can remember her daughter, super sweet, really nice. And she was like, it's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. I was like, yeah, but you had an older sister. And she's like, but we didn't like hang out. We weren't like have the same friend groups and stuff like that in school. And she's like, you're going to be fine. She's like, you'll find, because I was really worried. I know this sounds so corny, but I was really worried about finding my way around the high school. I don't know why. Like in retrospect, it sounds so funny to me. I mean, we go to dinner by the high school all the time. Well, the high school that I went to now, Alex went to the same high school as me. It looks completely different than when I went to high school there. It looks completely different than when he went to high school there. But the football field's in a completely different place. I mean, the school is massive now compared to when I went there. But it was massive when I went there. And the battery just went to the halfway mark. But anyway, I've actually vlogged a lot longer than I thought I was going to vlog today, so I'll get off here in a second. And the birds never came back for the dance. Where's the dance? But it's weird in retrospect. The other thing is that, like, the 10th graders all were mostly in one building. The classes were in all the buildings, but the 10th grade lockers were in one building. So there wasn't really a way that you were going to get lost. But I can remember being terrified of that, of being, like, lost and kids being mean to me and not, like... It wasn't so much about the bullying. It was like kids would be mean and like I must have watched some show or something about it, and I can remember talking to her and being embarrassed to talk to her about being afraid to start high school, and being like, well, when I get lost, and like she was, because we were like so, it's like the cousin that comes to visit every summer, you know, and I was like, but when I get lost, like I'm so scared. She's like, no, she's like, it'll be fine. She's like, you won't be scared at all, you know. It's funny, I was closer to her probably growing up. I mean, Caroline and I were close, but we only saw each other at holidays. Caroline and I got closer as adults. I mean, Caroline and I were close growing up because we were only children, and we spent like, well, I spent a lot of weekends over there when I was a kid. But Caroline was gone a lot. Caroline played sports growing up a lot, and I played sports a lot growing up. And then she was with her girlfriends and stuff like that. And so, like, they didn't want me tagging along, you know, like this, her cousin that's 3 years younger than me and stuff like that. It's funny because, like, her friends now, like, Caroline has a high school lunch or dinner that she does, like, once a month. And her friends will be like, some of them watch my videos and stuff, and they're like, they remember me. Because, like, when they were seniors, I was, like, you know, a sophomore or freshman. And so they'll be like, oh, my God, we remember Peter, like, standing in the kitchen and stuff like that and talking to us. And they're like, he's so different now. Because I was, like, really shy then, you know. Anyway, okay, well, I'm still shy, but not on camera because I love you guys. So the battery's flashing, so I'm going to get off here. I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Monday and a fantastic beginning to your week. It's going to be a great week this week. Nothing's going to stop us. It's going to be a great week. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.